Hi students, today let us see the geometry and the locus of complex numbers. That is, geometry means geometrical interpretation of given complex numbers, and we are going to say about what locus of a complex number. We know very well locus of a point. What do you mean locus of a point? The path traced out by a moving point is called its locus. Likewise, we are going to say about the locus of a complex number. Here we are going to consider the complex number as a point, and we are going to trace its path. That is called the locus of what a complex number. So, okay. Now let us see the first example 2.18 plus 2i. Now we have to show that the z and iz, then z plus iz. These three complex numbers form an isosceles triangle. That we have to prove. Isosceles and also right angled triangle. Okay, now here for this complex number z is equal to 3 plus 2i, we have to calculate these three numbers. Z already is given. Therefore, we can find iz. Iz means I into 3 plus 2i. I into 3 plus 2i. Now here you can get this equal to 3i plus 2i square. This I square equal to minus 1. Therefore, minus 1 introduce minus 2 is real part. You can write as minus 2 plus 3i. Real part, then you write imaginary part. This is the value of iz. Now this is z. Now we need to find z plus iz. Z plus iz is equal to, I have to add z and iz. This 3 minus 2 gives 1. 2i plus 3i gives 5i. Okay, now this is z plus iz. Now, if you write the z as a point, its coordinates will be 3, 2. Its coordinates will be minus 2, 3. Its coordinates will be 1, 5. Okay. Now we can plot these things in the origin plane. Okay. See here. See the first number 3, 2. Just you can take 1, 2, 3. 3, 2 is this 1, 2. 3, 2 you will be getting here. This is the complex number 3, 2. 3, 2, that you can take it as capital A. This you can take it as capital A. This you can take as capital B. This you can take it as capital C. Or Z1, Z2, Z3 also you can have. Okay, now this is 3, 2. Next one is minus 2, 3. This is minus 1, minus 2. Minus 2, 3 means 1, 2, 3. Minus 2, 3 is here. This is point B, minus 2, 3. The next one is 1, 5. 1 is here 5. 3, 4, 5. This is 1, 5 means you can take here. This is point C, 1, 5. Now, we have to check whether these three complex numbers form a right angled triangle or not. And also isosceles right angled triangle. For that, if it is an isosceles triangle means we need to find the length of this any two sides. Those two sides must be equal. Okay. Therefore, try to find length of all these three sides AB, BC and CA. Now let us find whether they are equal or not. Any one of these two are equal or not. And also, we want to prove this a right angle triangle. We need to check Pythagoras theorem. Okay. Now let us see. Let us find the value of AB, then BC and CA. Now we can find AB. See here. Let me find AB here. AB is equal to distance between these two components A and B. That is, you can write a modulus of. We know very well distance between two constant numbers is nothing but modulus of Z1 minus Z2. Z1 means here A value. What is A here? 3 plus 2i. 3 plus 2i minus. What is B here? B is this one. Minus 2 plus 3i. Minus 2 plus 3i. Now if you find, you can get a modulus of 3 plus 2, you can get 5. Then 2 minus 3, you can get minus 1. Then this is modulus. What's its value? Root of real part square plus imaginary part square means 25 plus 1 is equal to root of 26. That is AB equal to root of 26. This implies AB square is equal to, we can get 26. Why we are writing AB square means anyway we are going to use Pythagoras theorem. In Pythagoras theorem we need what? Squares of the sides. Okay, therefore we take it. Next we can find out BC. BC equal to distance between the points B and C. B is nothing but what? Minus 2 plus 3i minus, what is C point? 1 plus 5i. 1 plus 5i. Now, which is equal to modulus of minus 2 minus 1 gives minus 3. Then, plus 3i minus 5i means minus 2i. Now, which is equal to root of 9 plus 4. Root of 9 plus 4. That is BC equal to, here let me write, BC equal to root 13. This implies BC square is equal to 13. BC square equal to 13. After finding BC, we can find what is CA or AC. So we find AC. AC is equal to distance between the point A and C. Point A is 3 plus 2i. Then minus C, point 1 plus 5i. 1 plus 5i. Now which is equal to modulus of minus 5 equals minus 3a. This is equal to root of 2 square 4 plus 3 square 9, which is equal to root 13. That is AC equal to root 13. This implies AC square is equal to 13. AC square is equal to 13. But if the sum of squares of any two sides is equal to square of the third side, means we can say these three sides form a right angle triangle. See, among these squares, AB square, BC square and AC square, which is the biggest one? AB square. Therefore, we can say since AB square is equal to sum of the squares of the other two sides, BC square plus AC square. By this property, we can say this is a right angle triangle. And also, we have to show that it is an isosceles triangle. Isosceles means what? Any two sides must be equal. Look at this one. BC and AC. These two are equal. And we can say AB or BC. And we can say BC is equal to AC. Hence, ABC is a right angle isosceles triangle. Right angle isosceles triangle. Okay. Iy and this modulus of this one equal to what? 1. Now this can be written as the modulus of z minus 4i by modulus of z plus 4i, which is equal to 1. Now this can be taken to the right hand side, that you can write a modulus of z minus 4i is equal to modulus of z plus 4i. Now you try to replace the values of this z value, because z is given as x plus iy. Therefore here you can write a modulus of x plus iy minus 4i, then it is equal to here also x plus iy plus 4i we can write. Now here this we can write in the rectangular form, means we have to write separately real part and imaginary part. Therefore here I am writing these two are imaginary parts. Therefore these two things are clubbed together. You can write a modulus of x plus I can be taken outside into write y minus 4. This is left hand side value. Then right hand side you can write x plus I into y plus 4. Y plus 4. Yes. Now on both sides we have to find what modulus. Therefore, what is the modulus of this complex number? Root of real part square plus imaginary part square. Means you can write x square plus y minus 4 the whole square, which is equal to modulus root of, this is also x square plus y plus 4 the whole square. Now on both sides we have square root. Therefore, to remove the square root, we can square on both sides. Squaring we can get x square plus y minus 4 the whole square is equal to x square plus y plus 4 the whole square. Now this x square getting cancelled. Now you try to expand this in the form of a minus b the whole square. That you can write y square minus 8y plus 16, which is equal to, this also can be expanded, y square plus 8y plus 16. Here this y square getting cancelled, 16 also getting cancelled. This is minus 8y, this is plus 8y. If you take this on right hand side, you get totally 16y. That is 16y, which is equal to 0, means y is equal to 0. Y equal to 0 is nothing but the equation of x-axis. Therefore, its locus, it is nothing but x-axis. Therefore, its locus is the real axis. Therefore, locus of z is real axis. That's all. Of x is 2.6 given in the page number 75. If z equal to x plus iv is a complex number such that imaginary part of 2z plus 1 by iz plus 1 equal to 0, then show that the locus of this complex number z is 2x square plus 2y square plus x minus 2y equal to 0. That is, which represents a circle we will see. Okay, yes. Now, as usual, you try to find the locus of this one. Means first term, imaginary part of 2z plus 1 by iz plus 1 means this 2z plus 1 by iz plus 1 must be written in the rectangular form. Then only we can easily identify which is real part and which is imaginary part. Therefore, first let us consider the value of this one. Consider 2z plus 1 by iz plus 1. That is 2z plus 1 by iz plus 1. Now listen here, you replace these z values. 2 into, what is z value? X plus iy, then plus 1. The numerator you replace is z. Similarly, replace this z, I into, what here z is x plus iy, then plus 1. Now, again, rearrange in the rectangular form both numerator and denominator. Here you can write 2x plus, this is 2iy plus 1 plus I into 2y plus 1. Again you remove, this is what ix, then I square y, I square is minus 1, therefore you can write minus y, then plus 1. Okay. Yes, now again this can be rearranged in the rectangular form. See, you can write this and this real part. You can write 2x plus 1 plus I into 2y plus I into 2y. By this is real part, this also real. Therefore, you can write as 1 minus y, then plus ix. Now we have written in the rectangular form both numerator and denominator. Again, here if it is total values rectangular form means denominator we should not have I. Therefore, to remove this I, you can multiply and divide by the conjugate of the denominator. Therefore, here you can write, here itself you can write into the conjugate of denominator is 1 minus y. This is minus ix by 1 minus y minus ix. Now we are multiplying and dividing by the conjugate of the denominator. Okay, now as usual, we try to multiply these two things. That is, we can multiply, which is equal to see, real part into real part. That is 2x plus 1 into 1 minus y. Then 2x plus 1 into ix. That is minus I into x into, you can write 2x plus 1. 2x plus 1. We have multiplied this 2x plus 1 with these two values. Then you can take this I into y, multiply this. Then plus I into 2y into 1 minus y. Then you multiply these two as I plus I into minus I square minus I square into 2xy. Then whole divided by this is z into z bar. Z into z bar equal to what? Real part square plus imaginary part square. You can write 1 minus y the whole square plus imaginary part is x. You can write what? X square. Okay, this already we have seen. Z into z bar is equal to real part square plus imaginary part square. Now suppose you want to write this in the rectangular form. First you have to club the real parts. What are the real parts? This is a real number. This I square is minus 1. Minus 1 is plus 2x. So these two are real parts. That is, you can write 2x plus 1 into 1 minus y. Then plus 2xy. This is a real part. Then plus I into the imaginary part is, these two are what imaginary parts are. Here you have taken I outside. Therefore, first you can take positive term. You can write what? 2y into 1 minus y. Then minus x into 2x plus 1 whole divided by 1 minus y the whole square plus x square. Now it is in the rectangular form, real part plus imaginary part by this one. Now this, how do you write as a real part? Means 2x plus 1 into 1 minus y plus 2xy by 1 minus y the whole square plus x square is real part, and this can be taken as what? Imaginary part. Now here the question is given as imaginary part of 2z plus 1 by iz plus 1 equal to 0. Given imaginary part of which one? 2z plus 1 by iz plus 1 equal to 0. Here, which is the imaginary part? This is the imaginary part. You leave this side, then you can write these two things. That is 2y into 1 minus y minus x into 2x plus 1 by 1 minus y the whole square plus x square equal to 0. Then after that, we need, if you take this part to the right hand side, it becomes 0. Therefore, you can write 2y into 1 minus y minus x into 2x plus 1 equal to 0. Now try to remove the bracket. You can write 2y minus 2y square minus 2x square minus x is equal to 0. Now first you write in order, that is 2x square minus 2x square minus 2y square, then minus x plus 2y is equal to 0. But whenever you are writing your equation in the final step, the first term try to keep always positive. Therefore, it is a minus. You multiply throughout by what? Minus sign. Therefore, you can get 2x square plus 2y square plus x minus 2y equal to 0, which is the required locus. See here, 2x square plus 2y square plus x minus 2y equal to 0, which is the required locus. Okay. Likewise, the problem number 3. Find the locus of z if four subdivisions are given. Four conditions. In the previous case, you have seen only one condition, but here four subdivisions are given in four different conditions. Okay. Now let us find the first subdivision. Here, whatever be this condition, first you have to define the z. Z is a complex number. Therefore, you can write let z is equal to x plus iy. Z is equal to x plus iy. Now after defining this one, let us go for the first subdivision. What's the first subdivision? Real part of iz, the whole square, is equal to 3. Therefore, first you have to find out this real part of iz, means try to find iz, that is consider iz. Consider iz. Iz is equal to I into x plus iy. X plus iy. Here which is equal to ix. I square minus 1, you can write minus y, which is equal to minus y plus ix. This is iz. The condition is real part of iz whole square. What is the real part of iz? This is real part, this is imaginary part. Therefore, given here, given real part of iz whole square is equal to 3. Real part of iz is minus y. Minus y, the whole square is equal to 3 means we can write y square is equal to 3. This is the required locus. Okay. Now let us go for the second subdivision. What is the second subdivision? Imaginary part of 1 minus I into z plus 1 is equal to 0. Therefore, here also, if you know this, it's a rectangular part, then only you can identify the what imaginary part. Therefore, try to bring this expression into the what rectangular form. Therefore, here also you consider 1 minus I into z plus 1. Now, which is equal to 1 minus I into z is x plus iy, then plus 1. Now you try to multiply these two, 1 into x, x, 1 into iy plus iy, then minus ix, then I into I square minus I square minus I square y, then plus 1 you can write. Okay. Now here x is the real part, and here this also a real part. What is I square? Minus 1. Minus of minus 1 plus 1. Then you can get plus y. Then plus 1. These three are real parts, and imaginary part is plus I into, these two are imaginary part. I into, can write y minus x. Now this I have written 1 minus I into z plus 1 in the rectangular form, real part plus imaginary part. Here given, what is given? Imaginary part of 1 minus I into z plus 1 is equal to 0. Here this is imaginary part y minus x, that is y minus x is equal to 0 means, or you can say x equal to y. This is the required locus, or you can say x minus y equal to 0, because we used to write x first. Then you can write what, ma? Minus x plus y. X should not be negative, first term should not be negative. You can multiply by minus sign, you will getting x minus y equal to 0. Or you can say x is equal to y. You can write any one of these two as the what final result for locus of this second subdivision. Now the third subdivision, that is modulus of z plus I is equal to modulus of z minus 1. Okay, now listen here, modulus of z plus I means first we can take this z as x plus iy. You can write modulus of x plus iy plus I, which is equal to modulus of x plus iy minus 1. Just I replace the z values. Now rearrange modulus of x plus, here you can write I into y plus 1, which is equal to x minus 1 plus iy. Okay, now this is in standard form, this also is standard form, therefore you can find its modulus. What is modulus? Square root of real part square plus imaginary part square. Therefore square root of real part square means x square plus imaginary part square, which is equal to root of x minus 1 the whole square plus y square. Now, on both sides we have square root, means we can square to remove the square root. Therefore, squaring. On squaring we can get this root will go, then you can write this as what, x square plus this can be expanded with the help of a plus b the whole square. You can write y square plus 2y plus 1, which is equal to, here this are also, this root will go, you can expand this one, a minus b the whole square. You can write x square minus 2x plus 1 plus y square. Now we'll try to cancel something on both sides. X square getting cancelled, y square getting cancelled. Here you can take similarly this plus 1 and plus 1 also getting cancelled. You can take this minus 2x left hand side, then you will be getting 2x plus 2y equal to 0. We can divide through by 2 because this can be simplified further. We can write x plus y is equal to 0, which is the required locus. Okay. Now likewise let us go for the fourth subdivision. Fourth subdivision is z bar is equal to z inverse. Z bar equal to z inverse. That is z bar means you can write, that is z bar is equal to 1 by z we can write. Z bar is equal to 1 by z. You will try to bring this side, you can write z into z bar is equal to 1. Z into z bar equal to 1. What is z into z bar? Real part square plus imaginary part square. That is here. What is real part? X square plus y square is equal to 1. That's all. Real part square plus imaginary part square equal to 1, which represents a circle. Now these are the four subdivisions we have completed. Likewise 5 given at the page number 75 and example 2.21 given at the page number 74. You can take these two problems as homework. They are very similar to this type of problems. Okay. The other problems you will see in the next class. Thank you, children.